This question is on the prescribed text in English language advanced level. Show the different ways in which writers perceive women. The question is on character impression. What is the image or impression that the writers have about the women in the texts that they have written? In Across the Mongolo, Nkemgong satirizes Shirila as a woman who is materialistic because she dates Mr. Abeso purely because of money. She is also unfaithful because she dates Ngwe and at the same time dates Mr. Abeso. And she's corrupt because everything that she does it purely for money, and she betrays the love that she claims that she has from Ngwe. Above all, she is also involved in exam malpractice because she tells Ngwe that she can make available to him questions before the writing session, which Ngwe refuses. On the other hand, he praises women who are dedicated, loving, as he paints a beautiful picture of Menyinka, who does not only love her son, but she takes care of Teacher Marewe as if he were her own son after the death of his mother. And she is also a woman who pays so much attention to her husband. In Let God, Butake's impression about women is very positive. She holds them in high esteem as women, especially those of women who fight for their rights, while their men remain passive. They are not involved in corruption, for when the Fawn wants to give them 2,000 francs for the destruction of their crops by Mororo cattle, the women refuse. And they stand their ground, insisting that the Fawn must perform the sacrifice and take a second wife in order to give them an heir. The Fawn's refusal pushes them to go ahead, to take the oath of Silly, to refuse to sell food to Angela at the market, and not to recognize her as their queen. The treatment that they give to Dewa is to show that they are bent on business and things should be done the way they want to be done. Nevertheless, he also presents Angela as a woman who is a victim of circumstance. She is held between a loving population and a strong-headed husband who does not want to listen even to the simple advice given to him by his wife. Angela tells the Fawn that once in a while he should listen to the voice of his subject in order for peace to reign. She also tells him that he should take a second wife and satisfy his people, but he refuses. Don't forget that Angela is the woman who teaches the children in the village and give them good education. We pity her when the women treat her the way they do by refusing to sell her food and treat her as if she were the cause of the Fawn's intransigence. In Madame Bovary, Flaubert expresses his disgust for corruption, for the flirtatious, materialistic, and frivolous nature of Emma Bovary, who jumps from one man to another. In the same way, he gives the image of Madame Bovary Sr., who gives her son away to an old woman, not out of love, but because she thinks that that woman still possesses her wealth. It is purely material. There is nothing that is supposed to come out of that marriage. We can also see that in A Walk in the Night, Laguma satirizes prostitution, women who are very nagging, girls who are morally depraved. Lorenzo's wife, who is also very loving, humane, and rational, Joe's mother, who is very caring, and she takes care of her children and moves her children to a safer location when her husband abandons them, etc., etc.